What's up guys, this is Rick here from Untitled Chapter, and today I've got behind me the BMW M6. Yes, this car is truly a dream come true. I've been driving this for the last 2 days and it has made me speechless. I've owned a BMW Grand Coupe for 2 years before, and yes, they're two different cars altogether. My Grand Coupe was a 640D Grand Coupe, and I loved the shape of it. It just looked like a bus, and it's just, yeah, I still miss that car, unfortunately. But this, it's a complete different breed, complete different animal. I think that's why I love it so much, because I owned the Grand Coupe for 2 years and I miss it. That could be one of the reasons. Now, a lot of people, when they look at this car visually, they say, oh, it's a really cool roof, dude. I mean, all the BMW M6 come with this carbon fiber roof, and that's what separated it from the rest. So a lot of people, including myself, they try to make their Grand Coupe look as closest to the M6, and they change the front bumper. Maybe if they go all out, they'd put side vents on the car, but they can never ever get the roof exactly the same way, unless, I mean, at that cost, you might as well just buy an M6. Now, because this is a review, let's talk about comfort. I hate to say it, it is super comfy. Let's talk about looks. I hate to say it, it is a 10 out of 10 for me. Let's talk about drive-wise. Again, I hate to say it, it's 10 out of 10 for me. I can't put my finger on one thing that I would say I don't like. It's even as small as this. Now, BMW love to annoy their drivers sometimes every now and then, and they put the window up a little bit, but they don't close it fully. No, you can stick your hand out while you're driving, be cool and all. And it's just a really sleek door, and soft door close. Yes, it's another really cool feature for a car like this. At this return, I think they did an amazing job. The V10, the old shape of this, it's an amazing car. Sounds absolutely amazing. But the difference with this, they made something completely different in the engine. Got rid of the lag. Well, that wasn't really much of a lag, but the instant torque, the instant jump, it's so much better. And the reason of that is, let's have a look into the engine. They've put these pipes here to put air onto the turbos to make it a lot more responsive, and it is magically good. They say top speed is 155, 0 to 60, some say 4 seconds, some say 4.2. It is a big car. For that number, you'd wonder how good this drives. Absolutely amazing. Brake horsepower is 560. Feet of torque is 502, and that's more than enough for numbers. I forgot to mention one more thing about this car. You'll have to, if you own one of these, if I owned one of these, I'd literally open up the hood and say first thing every morning, I love you, would you marry me? The inside of this car, yes, it is really nice. It separates it from the other cars. So say the BMW M5, sometimes I felt like I was driving a BMW 5 Series because it's the same. Now the 6 Series is where they separate it from most of the M5, M4 and M2. They just did a little different touch, and it worked. It's quite nice. It's really nice. Carbon fiber and the two-tone color on this car is sick. The Alcantara fabric on top. I mean, all of these are extra options. And the outside, let's not forget, it's an individual blue color, and it reminds me of the Range Rover SVR blue. So if you can imagine that, this is very similar to it. It's a gorgeous blue. It's individual blue. Really nice. And you've got cup holders, so it's even an M car, and you've got space for your cup holders, which is really cool. I hated the M6 V10, the shape before this, because there was no cup holders at all, and if you wanted a cup holder, they just stick it kind of on the side. It didn't really look like it's a clean look, if you get me. So this has cup holders. It has plenty of room for storage. It's the iDrive system, with a heads-up display. The heads-up display, I mean, kills it. Like, let's not forget, this is a 2013 model, so for the technology that's in this car for that year, it's a lot. It's quite advanced for 2013. And the seats on this car, they really do hug you. You can move it. There's many different ways to adjust it, lumbar support and so on for comfortable drive. The head support, you can put her up and down. I mean, what else do I need inside of a car for a comfortable drive or for a track day? Pedal shifts are there. Nothing really. Everything that you kind of need to have fun in this car, it's here. And everything that you need to have a comfortable drive, you and your missus, say for example, or your family, it is here. First thing I would like to mention is the steering wheel. Thank God it's hydraulic steering wheel. It's non-electric steering wheel. They've got settings for everything to tailor the car to your needs when you're driving. So if you're going out on the track, of course, you're going to put everything in sport. So say for example, the steering wheel, it's these three different levels to the toughness and to the response of the steering wheel. So you've got comfort, and you've got sport, and you've got sport plus, of course. Same with the suspensions, comfort, sport, and sport plus. And the same with the way the gear will change the gearbox, how fast you want the gearbox to change. So you've got 3 different levels how fast the gearbox will change, which is all well and good, really cool. Unfortunately, they haven't got the 3 different ways of changing the exhaust sound. So some of the cars you can actually open up the exhaust and you get a lot more crazier, a lot more harder sound. I own this car because I love the sound of the V8. I'll put the Army trick exhaust onto it, and they're not super expensive, and it makes a hell of a difference. This car is magical. There is a limiter on this. It doesn't let you rev it more than 3. And the reason behind that is so you don't, put too much pressure on the engine and damage the engine. Which is all well and good. You can remove that as you want, if you want to. And to go to the actual truth, if you really truly want to enjoy the drive experience of this car, there is no way of doing it without breaking the law. Now, I do not recommend to break the law. Definitely do not break the law. But to truly enjoy the drive experience of this car, you have to bring it down to the track. If I was going to buy this car for my daily drive to the supermarket, to work and so on, yes, I would personally. I think it's worth it, because when I want to put my foot down, I could at any stage and the car respond like I was in a track. Going at turns, I mean, I don't know, if you're from Ireland, you'll know Wicklow Mountains, Dublin Mountains. I took this to Dublin Mountains on Wicklow Mountains, and it was amazingly fun. A lot more fun than my BMW i8, and the reason of that, because the ass of it goes out a little bit, because it's a back wheel drive, and the instant response when you put your foot down, it's amazing. It's shockingly good. When you're on the motorway and you're doing, say, 100 or 120, and you want that instant response again, put your foot down fully, and it just stick you back to the seat again, and it's just amazing. It's amazingly good how it drives. The gearbox, a lot of people look at it and they'll be like, where's the park? How do I drive this? It's quite simple. It's very simple once you know, and it's actually really good fun. Because, putting the gear shift up, it goes down in gear. Putting the gear shift down, it goes up in gear. And if you don't want to do that, you've got the pedal shift here on the back for a bit more fun. And to keep your eyes on the road, of course. The heads-up display, it does all of that for you, and it's just what you need in an M car. I do really recommend a heads-up display. Another thing as well, driving this car, it's not really as aggressive looking. Well, no, it is aggressive looking, but it's kind of a low-key, because I drive the BMW i8 I mean, you've got people saying rev it on the side of the road, and you're like, it's a speaker sound, bro. And in this though, it's completely different. When you rev it, it's like that pure 560 brake horsepower sound is just unreal. The car is just unreal. The people that turns their head around, it's usually men. So you're gonna get a lot of men checking you out driving this car. Where on an i8 it's completely different. Whoa, that's a close cut in it tight. It is a big car and you have to be careful with turns. The view around this car, it's actually windows everywhere. You can see everything around the car. There's not that much of a blind spot, and that's another thing that you kind of need in an M car, because if you're driving anywhere fast, you need to be able to see what's beside you, what's behind you, and what's in front of you. So who do I recommend this car for? I mean, if you're looking for that fun car, crazy fun car, and you're not worried about the petrol or paying €2,300 tax a year, then there's no better car than this to get, I think, in my opinion anyway. They say this is the same as the Godzilla. Now, my personal opinion, the Nissan GT-R Godzilla, it just doesn't look as nice as this on the inside, and there is not that much comfort if you want to take it for long journeys. You wouldn't get the comfort level in a Nissan GT-R that you would get out of this. So this will be winner for me to drive every day. Now, looks wise, from the outside, the Nissan GT-R has always been one of the nicest looking car in my eyes, in my opinion anyway. I can see a lot of people would like the looks of this though a lot more than the GT-R, and I can understand why too. But drive wise, this wins over the Nissan GT-R for me. And if you want to compare this to the M5, it's mainly looks and drive experience. I would say the difference between these, the drive experience is much nicer on this, and looks wise is much nicer on the M6 than the M5. If you want to see a video on that, by the end of this video you can click on the M5 review that I did. I did a vlog on the BMW M5 and I drifted it, and oh my god, that thing drifted really, really nicely. Now, I wouldn't drift this because it's a garage car. I'll only drift the car if I have the full permission from the owner of it to let me drift it. But oh my god, the BMW M5, the way it drifted was unbelievable. Back to this car, it's one of a kind. Love it, fully recommended. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please consider subscribing to the channel, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you soon. Let's go.